this. Now it is. Hey everybody, welcome to Kats Creations live on Friday night, where tonight we're gonna take a we're gonna make a really super cute fall wreath, but you could also use this for Halloween without having that Halloween like feel to it. The colors are going to be very reminiscent of Halloween, but I'm tying that in with a Farmhouse black and white, but then popping in some orange and a little bit of subtle green. So let me make sure. Let us know if you are a new follower tonight. We'd like to welcome you, hopefully try to get you plugged in to maybe someone who lives fairly close by. And a lot of connections and a lot of relationships happen here that way. Since this is a public video, feel free to share this video, especially if you like this design and want to replicate it. It's so much easier to find it on your page than mine. So sharing makes that easier for you to find because it'll be on your page. Let's see. If you're new and want to be notified and don't want to miss out on the next video that we do, make sure that you are liking and following this page. You need to do both because then you will get that pop-up notification in your news feed that we just went live, and then you can tune in. YouTube people, if you're catching this on YouTube, this is from a Facebook Live on Friday, August the 7th in the year 2020. And I want to welcome you. All the notifications for where did the sign come from, where can you order the Deco mesh will all be found in the description box. So please make sure you look in the description box for any of the stuff that I talked to you about tonight or websites. If you need that information, it'll be in the description box below. I think that's it. Yep. Right? Yep. Okay. So do we have people joining us?
Yeah, got a bunch so far.
Okay.
About 50 at least. Gail, Carrie, Alicia, Julie, Barbara, Maria, Nissy, Sandra, Carol, Cheryl, Marcel and Marcy, Kathy Richardson, Marilyn, Debbie, Melinda, and a bunch more gals. Jennifer, Stella. Hi, everyone.
Okay. So tonight's design was like twofold. I started it off in one direction, going with more of a rustic kind of all more natural. And then after I'd already cut everything, I was like, I also have this mesh in a solid black. I bet that would have looked really good. So I decided to scrap that idea and I'll use that for something else. But tonight we're going to be using a black fabric mesh because I told you this year I love the feel and the texture of a fabric mesh. And not only that, if you have been following this page, you should have noticed a UV experiment that we started in January. I just did an update for August, and it seems like the natural fiber mesh is working out better than just the regular Deco mesh. More so if you spray it with a UV protection, but even if you don't, it's still outlasting all the other ones. So I'm plenty pleased with that. The Deco mesh we're using tonight as far as fabric mesh came from Crinkle Designs. So if you're in my private group, you do get an extra discount that you can apply towards placing an order. And trust me, you'll like the quality of the fabric mesh that they sell. You had a question?
I just wanted to say, Melissa howdy from Center, Missouri. This is my second live woohoo. And then Jennifer Farr said, hey, hi from Grand Ledge, Michigan. The Farmhouse Rooster Wreath arrived today.
Awesome.
My mom loves it. Thank you for your gorgeous creations.
Thank you for letting me know about that too, Jennifer. It's always nice to know that your wreath finally made it home. Okay, so tonight we're using a little bit smaller sign. You guys have seen me graduate towards smaller signs. This is a 6x8 sign. And it says Autumn Thyme. It's a play on the word thyme, this referring to the herb. The sign came from Three Birds Nest Co. I'll have Steve go ahead and type in the link for those of you that want to go on there. You can order the sign, I think, in 6 different sizes. So depending upon what your preference is, you can go big, you can go round, or you can go square. It's entirely up to you. So we're going to do this sign as our inspiration point. That's where everything came from. So what I'm going to do is going to finish up the last of 6 sections that are on a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I had started it, had it all done in the beige, and then we changed colors. So I was like, at the last minute, I had to rewire and do another one. So really simple to wire these up. You're going to take your chenille stem, and each section is going to be wired exactly the same. So on here, you have a total of 4 rails. You're going to take your pipe cleaner and you're going to go right in between the weld marks and kind of find a midway point. And you're going to go between the first 2, starting with the inside one and going to the middle. It's what I call rail number 2. And then you're going to go ahead and twist your pipe cleaner on. I like to put them on 2 because then you notice my pipe cleaners don't rotate. So that's why we wire 2. And then the last 2 are going to be wiring on the outside 2. So we're going to use that weld mark and then our middle one to kind of come up with a halfway point for these ones. Just like this. And then you're going to do it on the opposite side. And this will give you 12 to the outside and 6 on the inside. So that's where we're at. I also needed a chip clip. So the Deco mesh tonight, it's a 10.5-inch fabric mesh, and this is cut to 25-inch pieces. So it took me about a roll and a quarter to get enough to do all 18. So to do the Cruffle method, you are going to start rolling until you have about 4 or 5 rolls in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I chip clip it just to hold it. Flip it around to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to ruffle. So this is where you get the Cruffle. It's curls and ruffles. And then you're going to just pull the rest of that Deco mesh towards you. And then you have what's rolls and Cruffles. So you get a dual look on your design. And this will make for a very full design. And we just give it a couple twists. And then we do that 17 more times. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Crinkle Designs has their own website. They're not on Etsy. So if you want to include that, Steve, it's crinkledesigns.us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've been extraordinarily pleased with everything I have purchased from them to date. So a couple of the ribbons we're using tonight came from Crinkle Designs as well. And I think our members like the discounted amount that we get when we place our supply order there.
Just crinkledesigns.us, right?
Yeah, okay. Exactly. It's kind of different because it's not .net or .com.
So the mesh is from crinkledesigns.us.
And it's fabric mesh. So this is a black. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know if they have any more. This is the last. I have completely depleted my black supply. 2, 3, 4, 5. I saved some. I think we did a Halloween one with the black fabric mesh. So this was my paying homage to the black one. Plus, I think it makes the sign pop so much more. And then when we start adding our embellishments, having a solid neutral base, which is different because normally I have colors. I have more than one color. Yep. And not so much a neutral either.
And Kat also has an affiliate discount through Crinkle Design. So if you join our private group, you get a really good discount on their material.
Yeah, you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not just Crinkle Designs, but other ones as well. Like Three Birds Nest does. We have sign discounts with them. So if you like the sign, you'd also get your discount through them for placing your order for your signs.
You still have Jane's Front Door Decor too, right?
This is Three Birds Nest, but we also have it, with Jane's Front Door Decor, Shore Life Creations. I don't know. I'm gonna skip one somewhere. So my private group people can chime in if you guys remember any other ones I've missed. So The fabric mesh here it's thick, and you cannot use the wood burning tool on it because it is natural fiber. So you're gonna have to use the old-fashioned rotary cutter. And then if you just spray it with like E6000 adhesive spray, it's actually a spray in a pump bottle. It will help lock in those sprays just to kind of keep it from fraying any further. Once you get the wreath built, you generally aren't going to have any issues. You might have to occasionally do a little bit of a trim, especially if you keep it outside where there might be wind that kind of blows across those edges. That's what I've noticed when we look at our science experiment.
Interesting. There's a Debbie Hyder that says at Dollar Tree yesterday they had natural tan colored round wreath forms. But the lady in front of me bought all of them. I hadn't seen them before. Have any of you?
No.
So Jean, you'll have to let us know. Are they now selling the tan colored wreath forms?
That's interesting because I know that someone mentioned that Dollar Tree had started selling the natural jute flex tubing. So Dollar Tree's upping their game this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might need to go back over to Dollar Tree. And then somebody said that Joann's, either Joann's or Michael's, has new Deco mesh out.
And then Kay asked how long is the mesh cut to? Is it 20?
25.
25 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
You either need to have to, if you cut it to 20 inches, you will go through exactly one roll, but I don't think you'll have enough to fill it. So that's why when you're doing the Cruffle method, if you do it at 25 or 30 inches long, it gives you enough to create the look you want, which is like I added ruffles and then I added curls on top of it, but you technically only did one. 1, 2. So I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible. What questions do you guys have?
Sherry asked, is Kringle Designs wholesale? No, I think you can
anybody can order from them. So yeah, they're a small business, just like a lot of us are, and knowing that a lot of people are small business, we love to support small business owners like that. So I've been well pleased with all my stuff from them.
Missy asked, have you ever used zip ties? For this, it's just easier to use the Chanel stems.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do zip ties. Because I know I'm going to be putting more embellishments in there, the pipe cleaners also give me the opportunity to add some additional embellishments. Like it'll hold my ribbon too. It'll hold if I'm going to add sunflowers or pumpkins. I don't have to, add anything additional in. I generally will use zip ties if it's just, this is all I'm doing and that's it. But it's too hard to open. You can't really open a zip tie after you zip tie it on.
Right.
That's the only reason I probably wouldn't. And this one's going to look interesting because the pipe cleaners and the Deco mesh are all the same color. I'm trying to think where all the ribbon came from that we're using. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of taking a peek. Well, I know 3 of them, the solid green, the solid orange, and the 2.5 orange, white, and black all came from Crinkle Designs. So if you guys are looking forward to your Christmas, making things for the holidays, you're going to want to jump in now and get your supplies. And the great thing is there's so many people now selling supplies.
Can all you gals see the bottom pinned comment? Because there's still a lot of gals asking me where the sign came from, and you should be able to see the very bottom pinned comment. It
should be like in the little, like it's not in the comments, it's actually just to the bottom. So it's 3 Birds Nest Co., right?
Yep.
On Etsy?
Yep. I've got the site, etsy.com/3 Birds Nest Co.
Yeah. You got that one down. Okay.
So Crinkle Designs is out of black fabric.
And no, I did not take it out. Bought 2 rolls. Wow, that went quick.
Peggy said, yeah, she can see it. So.
Okay, cool. 1, 2.
Gail said, yeah, the sign info is pinned below.
Thank you. And private group members, if you can answer anybody's question that they pose before we get to it and you see it, feel free to jump in and go ahead and answer their question. You know, it could be like, well, who bought this, or what was that cut to?
Jean, you know, who works at Dollar Tree, said Dollar Tree has mesh, but I have not tried and I've not seen a natural.
Mesh?
The natural form, the root form.
Okay. I'm going to have to go look.
The Deco mesh tube and fairy lights in purple or orange.
Nice. Okay. Trying to push
Okay,
out.
Kringle Designs is on their own website.
Yeah, they're not on Etsy or anything else, so it's crinkledesigns.us.
They might have a Facebook page. I think they do have a Facebook page, don't they?
It might be, but I don't think they post on it an awful lot because they're running everything directly off their website.
But it's crinkledesigns.us.
Yeah. It's always great to help out small businesses right now.
Yeah, Jean said all the new arriving ribbons at Kringle Design are already sold out.
Really?
Yep.
They just got to get in there and list them quick. Sometimes that's what happens is you're constantly getting orders in and you're filling orders because that's your goal, right? It's to get the orders out as quick as possible. Then you've got to update your total. So a lot of times you'll see sold out and people are like, well, why don't they take the sold outs down? It's because once they get another supply in, all they have to do is go into that sold out listing and just change the quantity. It's so much easier to do that rather than rewrite an entire listing and do photos again. It makes it much quicker for you guys to do so. I know I try to do that on my website as I pull off all the sold outs because I don't like to see it. So I'm just kind of moving them and shifting them around. I think I have 4 left. And I love this mesh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a little bit, you know, there's little pieces here and there that I see. Not a whole lot though. Go. So this will fill this pretty good. And then don't forget, we're coming back in with bows, a sign, ribbons, some embellishments. So that's just going to keep adding to this look. I'm trying to think, why did I decide to go black?
I think all your orange ribbon will really stand out on the black.
Yeah, orange is definitely going to pop. The sign definitely pops. But when you're thinking fall, you don't necessarily think black. But sometimes when you take something this dramatic and place it on a white door, something that's very dark then suddenly stands out. And so I think that's what I was thinking of. Is it's going to be a little bit different. It'll stand out more. Okay. 2 more. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we just got the last piece to go. And you'll see, once I hold this up, it's pretty thick. It creates dual dimension because you have waves from the ruffles and then you have all those cone-shaped curls. So it looks like you'd use 2 different types of mesh in there. So are you guys still getting rain out there in Florida? I was talking to Gail and she was saying it was pouring there. Well, all we have is hot, 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 and more hot. Last one. Okay.
Jean asked if anyone else has seen the pumpkin metal frames at Dollar Tree as well. They also have a larger round frame, bigger than the 14-inch.
Well, I can say I haven't, but I haven't ventured out to Dollar Tree. But let me show you guys. This is how full this is, just with the Cruffles on it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you can still see light through it, but that's okay, because once we start adding our tails and our embellishments and our signs, it's all going to flow really, really well. So let us make our bow, because that determines where we can put our sign. So ribbon we are using is a 2.5 with the checkered, just like our sign. We're doing pumpkins, so this came from Craft Outlet. I know quite a few other people are selling it through their warehouses, so just to let you guys know, Craft Outlet. Then we're using a 2.5-inch black orange with white raised stitching. This is from Crinkle. We're using the Swiss polka dot. This came from Craft Outlet. And then the solid green, the solid orange came from Crinkle. And then the pumpkin pie ribbon came from Crinkle as well. So Crinkle supplied these 4 colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and start setting them down. So let me look, because this is how I usually like get things prepared. I think this is how I'm going to do it. What do you think? Or should I break this up? The pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin.
Yeah, so let me look at these ones. Nope. We could do it that way too.
Yeah, that was good.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me set those ones to the side. I just figured that if we did this, the orange down as the base to our bow, laying it on top of the black instead of doing black and white would just kind of make this one stand out a little bit more. So dovetail, you're going to take your wired edges, you're going to bring them together, and you're going to cut from the folded side to your point, right where the wire ends. And then depending upon how deep you want your V, you're still going to keep your same point, but it just determines how far down into the ribbon you want it to go. And then that gives you a really good finishing touch on your ribbon. So this one we're going to do at 10 inches. So we're going to twist this. I was looking to see if my sign had holes in it, and it doesn't, so I'll need to put holes in it. And we're going to go 5.5 inches for the bottom loops. And this is just my standard for doing this particular type of bow. It just makes it easy for me to know how, like, what is the measurement of the next one and the next one and the next one after that. And we'll do the same. Okay, this one's finished. Put that over there. So it was at odds to try to figure out if I was going to do, I was going to use this ribbon, but look, it was like too much black and white. So I had to call Gail and I was like, that's FaceTime me. And I was like, not really sure. I really like the herringbone. And she's like, I really like it too. And I'm like, but is it too much black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we started looking at a bunch of different options, like, well, what is the bow going to look like? What are the tails going to be like? Is that just going to be way too much black and white? What other ribbons are you using in your bow? So, because like I said, I revamped the design totally last minute. So this ribbon is 9.5 inch tails, 5 inch loops. So it's always good sometimes to have a sounding board. I didn't have Steve, so he's usually my go-to person and says, like, I'll ask him blunt, honest. I'm like, tell me, does this look too much? But I think it looked I think it'll turn out good. Okay.
Ugh.
What?
Some of the gals are saying, like Stella says, in Harmony, south of Orlando, Florida, it's 75 degrees.
What's the humidity?
90% humidity.
Yeah. All you have to do on days like that is summer hibernate, right? That's what we call it here. We summer hibernate. Stay inside. It's too hot to go outside.
Chrissy said, I just love that first ribbon, but they were out when I tried to order it.
Oh, yeah. This one? I got it, I think, for Halloween. So I ordered mine end of May, I want to say. That's how long out I had placed mine. I think I might have a roll left. So these ones will be 4.5. Just making sure everything's pretty precise. I think if you can keep your ribbon lengths, like your loops on both sides are all the same, I think it turns out for a nice quality bow. Because then you don't have one loop too big and the other one too small. One tail longer than the other. Okay. And Kringles does sell a lot of the 50-yard rolls, so that's what this is. It's kind of nice because those are the equivalent of 5 other rolls. So rather than have those take up space, I just have these sitting on my shelves for solid colors. So sometimes think of solid colors, you know, to supplement. So many times we get caught up in all the pattern. I think I wanted the black and white one, not this one. Black and white, and then orange, and then orange. I was like, why am I putting 2 solids together? Okay, so this one will be 8.5, then 8, and then 7. Okay. And we could have put this one on the end. So these are going to be exactly the same. So knowing that we already have the measurement on our green, all we have to do is put our fingers in the hole and pull. And then everything is the exact same length, except the ends. So
Deborah said, I got that same last year and never used it. Now I can get some ideas on using it.
you know what's funny is I made one wreath, and I had bought the crow that sits on the pumpkin from Carol Stitches of Love.
Yeah, it's behind you. On the other side. It's on the pumpkin.
Oh no, an actual plush.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was incorporated into the design with that sign, and I did it all natural with the raffia and stuff and fall leaves, and sold out of that one. Got 2 more custom orders asking, can you please make that design again? For some reason, people just like the black with the black and white, yeah, with the orange. So you just never know. So this one's 8-inch tails, 4-inch loops. Let's see. There we go. And then...
Well, that's nice. Chrissy said Kringle had group packages of solid ribbon. Which is nice.
That is a really good deal.
Well, Kathy's got ribbon packages too on her Etsy shop.
Yeah, but mine, I don't have solids. Mine are all prints. So I have stuff that are like fall. And we might do that next week. I might bring those bundles out so you can physically see the ribbon. And I'm actually selling it below cost. So
maybe we just do a sale.
That's what Gail said. You know, bring it out so people can see it. Because looking at it on a website is different than physically seeing it here. So I think that's what we'll do. So I'll have to figure out what day next week. Maybe early next week, like Tuesday. We'll do a live ribbon sale. And we might keep them in bundles and we might just keep them out of bundles. I don't know, because I have big bundles right now. They're all like 8 ribbon or 8, 6. Yeah, I think I have a couple 4s. But I just figured if you're gonna order, just order big. So 7.5 tails, and this is a 3.5 inch loop. So are you guys open?
Well, thank you, Erica.
For that?
Erica said, "Kat, I love watching you. I'm new to wreath making, but you're my go-to girl."
Aw, thanks.
Oh, Chrissy said I saw your ribbon packages today. Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because we started those back in May, right? To get them ready for 4th of July. Mm-hmm. So there's, I think I have 3 or 4 patriotic ribbon bundles. One is the traditional red, white, and blue. And then one is more of the muted burgundy, navy, and tan. So I like to always top off my bows with a pattern over just a solid canvas or just a regular print. So it needs to have some visual interest to it. And I might just do, because I'm seeing tan at the top, so I'm going to do tan pipe cleaner. So I'm going to pick up the whole stack, and there's our stack of all the ribbons. So you just kind of position it in your hands so that when you take your pipe cleaner, you can kind of eyeball it right down the middle and then just twist it. There we go. And then I'll get my little fluff board that I've created. You know what's funny is it would be fun to sell these, but shipping would just be so expensive. I wonder how much these weigh. So this is an 18 by 24 inch cutting board that is 3/4 of an inch thick. If you go to Lowe's, you can generally find a 24 by 24 inch piece of wood. You can either have them cut it for you, or if your husband's home, he can cut it off. Just add a C-hook to it. You can add the nail to the end of it if you're doing the bow dabra with the wires so that you can secure it. But for here, I'm just going to actually hook it on my pipe cleaner here. So it just goes right into my bow like that. And then I just turn it sideways, just so that I have the full length. And I like having it closer to the table. So I'm going to take the tails, and we're doing tail one direction. Why is this one on the other side? This is part of this. I was gonna say it's really long. So tail and loop, coming back over here, trying to get my fingers in them. Here's our loop and here's our tail. So as you're bringing your ribbon or your bows out to fluff, you're gonna keep them in opposite directions, always. Loops are across from each other, tails are across from each other, and then you just open up the next one. But instead of following suit, you're gonna go opposite. So you're gonna bring the loop over, bring the tail over, so then these two will match, these two match, and then when we do the other side, trying to grab my loop, pull this one out here. So then we have the 2.5s done. And you're just gonna keep doing it exactly the same, working your way down. You can fluff as you go, or just go ahead and pull everything out to the side and then do your fluffing then. So it's always loop and tail. I'm always trying to keep my center stack from moving, but it doesn't want to sometimes. Here's our solid. And then this side. And then we finish off with these ones here. this one's under. There we go. And then now you can fluff. This is where you're gonna pull all your tails around. You're gonna kind of put your little arc back in them. Just move whatever loops you want positioned where, whatever colors you want. Open everything up. I'm looking at where this one's, it's kind of going over this direction. There we go. Okay, so the bottom ones will lay better once they're actually on the wreath. Right now they're just laying flat on the board.
You said, I always love your bows. You make them, you always make them look so well.
You do all the separating? Do all the separating first, and then go back in and pull and fluff. And then put your little, fluff like that. Got that?
Got it.
Okay, so now we'll go ahead and pull this one off, and before I do that, I'm gonna look. So I have a general direction where I have the longer tails. Those are kind of off to the side. So I'm looking for an area that doesn't have an awful lot of tails hanging in front of it. So I'm liking this, and that's probably where I'm gonna position my bow so that I can lay my sign next to it, so I don't have tails hanging in front of it.
Erica, Kat normally designs on, usually the sign first, but you can decide on what type of Deco mesh she's going to use based on ribbon. She just asked, do you decide on the ribbon depending upon what sign you choose? What comes first for you? I'm trying to decide because I tend to love them all when I go shopping.
Sometimes it's ribbon. Like I would pick up this ribbon and go, oh my God, I absolutely love this. The great thing about a lot of sign manufacturers now is if you really like the ribbon and you can't find a sign, a lot of times you can take a picture of the ribbon and see if they can design a sign around that. So you can go either way. Most mine are usually inspired by the sign.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go this way, and I'm taking off my center pipe cleaners. Let's do this.
Case your love how Kat is so neat and not rushed. Great camera view.
Aw, thank you. It's all the prep beforehand. So next Friday, private group people, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes with me on Friday at probably 3, so you can watch what happens from 3 to 5 and see exactly what chaos ensues that you don't see behind the scenes. So I just thought I'd give you a little background thing. Kind of take you into the whole design thing, like how did you decide on this design? It was a sign. I had 3 different signs and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to pick.
Yeah. I would say probably 80 to 90% of the time it's the sign.
Most of the time it's a sign.
Yeah.
And put one more pipe cleaner back on, because while I was talking I cut the bottom one off and not the top one.
You need another black pipe cleaner?
I already have them. I brought a whole box over here. You always have to have backups. That way they're good. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the inside 6. Because when I lay my sign on it, it's going to go over those, and I'm going to put my own pipe cleaners for the sign. So here's the last one. And normally, like when I'm getting ready to put my bow on, I'm looking for a flat spot. So I'm thinking right in here, generally, is where I'm going to put my bow. So now I've got to look for my pipe cleaners, which are right here. We will go this direction. And that's the nice thing about going with a smaller sign is I can go big on my bow. I don't have to be like, oh, I gotta move my bow all the way to the other side. So now we'll just move.
Kat said you have all of us wanting to come and help.
You want to come help? Let me spin these around. There we go. Because I want these off to the sides.
Hi, gals, joining a little bit late.
There we go. Okay. So we're going to be fluffing here quite a few times, so I'm not going to worry so much here just yet until I get my sign situated. Where I want to put it. And I'm thinking, let me hold it that way so I can show you. Okay, I think I had it like this. So I always kind of, if I'm using a smaller sign, I'll kind of, sorry, I'm trying not to push it off. I'll use the bow to center that and then move the sign down so that it's kind of sideways. So I'm liking like that, and I need okay. So I need to pop holes into my sign, and I need them to hit the frame. So knowing that my frame is coming this way, I'm going to put one up here on the top and one towards the bottom on the center. These are Beadsmith 1.5 millimeter metal hole punch. You can find these at Joann's and Michael's in the jewelry aisle. You can get up to 2 millimeter. That would be about as big as I would go. Otherwise, you'll have way too much play in the hole, right? And so your sign might not lay correctly. So they punch just like a hole punch would. And no, I don't measure them and go, is this one 100% this way? No. So I will put these in. And mine fit kind of snug because I chose to go down to the 1.5 millimeter. Pull this out. And then we'll attach our sign. What do you guys think of the color? I know this is an odd color for fall. But now with it being so dark on the bottom, now I can pop all the other colors in there. So I'm going to add my sign to my frame. And it's so nice when everything is black based. So I'm going to lightly put the first one on until I get the second one on. Sometimes you might have to make an adjustment. I'm trying to find my cross beam. I think I found it. Nope, didn't go up high enough. Okay, hang tight.
Yeah, Alicia and Chrissy said love the colors.
It's different, right?
Woman said loves that black mesh.
Okay, so, and then we can kind of have it cascading down. Let's see if we can try to see, do I want it higher? Do I want it lower? And of course with the fabric mesh, everything is grabby, which means like all your ribbon tails, if you put them somewhere, they're gonna stay there because they want to grab into that fabric mesh. What?
Lisa said, are all your ribbons canvas? No, not all of them. Most of them are.
I like the canvas ribbons because they're a lot thicker, so they hold up, you know, to playing with them and fluffing them, to the weather a little bit more, have a little bit more life to them.
Erica said, excited to see how it turns out. I think your bow is really popping against the black. I love it so far.
See,
Chrissy said, okay, I thought that was my cat that just meowed.
No. So is that right there? I think like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where it's situated. And now we're going to come in and I'm going to add in some outside tails. And then we can add some embellishments. So I'm going to start just with the 2.5 inch colors to pop those around the outside. These are cut to 14-inch pieces and the tails are already done. So we're doing the pumpkin and then the 3 different colors, the black, orange, and white. And these are just going around the outside. So I fold them in half, and then right where it's folded, you're gonna kind of pinch that. And then that's where you're going to take that and you're gonna lay those into the 12 outside spaces. And you just wanna make sure you got one good twist on there, and then they can kind of fan out. So we'll go around the outside and alternate the colors. I guess that's the nice thing about picking black pipe cleaners, right? Is you can't see them. Okay.
Yeah, Claire said the bow and the sign pop nicely on that black mesh.
And that's what I was thinking, because I'm like, when I had the beige, I was like, kind of blends. I'm gonna really have to struggle and pop a lot of black on that natural mesh in order to really get it to pop. Like dark, you know, put in the solid black because you want to be able to see that. I'm gonna keep my pumpkins on top because I like the pumpkins.
Yeah, Stella said it's elegant for Halloween. This could go Halloween.
It could go for
or
both,
fall.
right? Yeah. So depending upon what, you know, if you have a nice black door, this is gonna look amazing. It'll look great on a natural wood door.
Even a green door would look really good.
Yeah, we'll see how it pops tonight because our door that I normally take photos on is a navy blue. So we'll see what that looks like. When we add it to this one, it should look really nice. Very rich looking. Okay.
Yeah, Sherry, Hobby Lobby usually always carries Chanel stems, and they usually carry black, beige, red.
Yeah, you can get them in a pretty big bag.
Yeah.
Like I have the beige.
I think.
140 for, I want to say $3.99.
Yeah.
And then it's every other week or every third week, then those are on half off. 40%. No, half off, I think. That's when you go and you stock up. You get like a bag of white, a bag of beige, a bag of black. And then they have like a mix, like a seasonal mix. Like they might have neon or like pastels. And that should get you through a large variety of what you might need. Okay. I think these were good picks. I think if we would have done the black and white, it would have just been serious black and white overkill. So having the orange just really kind of tones everything down. Trying to make sure I don't skip any as I go around. We got 4 more left. And then I brought out quite a few embellishments. I brought out some pumpkins. So if we want to pop pumpkins on this, we can. I brought out some fall leaves. I brought out some orange and natural raffia. But just remember, this is now for me as of September something. I will be sliding into my 4th year doing this. So the stuff that I have has been acquired over that 3-year going on 4-year haul. So a lot of people go, well, it must be nice. You have a ton of stuff to go off of, and you just kind of build and pile. And most of what we get, we wait for the end of the season, and then we buy everything on sale. So like a lot of this was from last year, and then we'll use it this year. But then that kind of, it can work against you, because then you see all the new stuff this year and you're like, ah, that ribbon, that sign. And the sign makers are so good at coming up with these incredible designs. That they make you want to have them all. So last one, I'm trying to think, I even have a little crow. I have a primitive crow too. The crow that's in that floral would have, I mean, he almost looks identical, except he's facing the opposite direction.
Yeah. I think it's double-sided though, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't think so.
You know, I just found out too while you were doing that, as I went on the Chanel Design Center. And as long as you have your wholesale license, the Chanel stems are available for sale.
Oh, everything is
online. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the best quality we've found, is the Chanel.
The ones from Chanel. Yeah, those are the ones that I get in a box, and they come 100 in a box.
Right. It's just like that.
So they're just plain.
For $250 or something like that.
It depends. Some are actually cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's what it looks like with all the stuff on the outside. So now we have a couple options. I have some pumpkins that we can kind of, because obviously it says autumn times, we can add a couple pumpkins. There's a bunch of different odd shaped ones. This one, there's a smaller pumpkin. I have my crow. He would probably have to, I'm trying to look and see. I think he's gonna have to come off a stick. We can. And his tags are gonna have to go off.
Do we have another crow like you have on the back here?
I can look at that one and see if I can pull him out though. I don't think I made it a permanent. When we did that floral, I think I was like, oh look, and you can stuff something in here. So we can add this guy too. Look, he would look really cute in there. Do you see him?
Yeah, he is cute. She doesn't really match the brown and the gray, but.
Nope, we attached it. So, but I think it's at Hobby Lobby, although I hadn't seen them this year.
You're right. I think that's Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, well, I know it's Hobby Lobby. So we'll add that guy. We can definitely add, I have fall leaves. We can add touches of fall leaves, like, let me show you. Because there are some, I think we can add, I'm trying to get them.
Jean, Kat said she thinks, pretty sure the crow's from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure. I just don't know if he's available this year. I have not seen him because Steve and I just went not that long ago. So we can add some touches of fall leaves around the outside, different colors. There's like oranges. I think there's some reds. These are acorn leaves, maple leaves, whichever the ones. Maples drop. That one's kind of, let me see if there's a better one in here. Yeah. So we can add some leaves to it if we want. There's a whole bunch of different colors. We can add some touches of raffia to the pumpkins. I can either go natural, or I have it in orange, or I have, these might be too big and I'm not liking the colors now that I bring this over.
Yep, Hobby Lobby does have it for sale online. It is called the Harvest Crow Pick.
Oh.
Harvest Crow Metal Pick, and it's $1.79.
Is it on half off?
It's 40% off.
Oh, so it must be fall.
Yep.
So, and then I have these small little, they're called daisies, but I'm still seeing like, I don't know. I think we might just stick with Raffia in the orange and black. We'll pop a couple colors of ribbon. Like I'll add some green in here as well. So let me go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna pop some of this on top of the, whatchamacallit, the ones with the pumpkins on it to bring that green from the sign into the wreath. So half bows are, these are 17-inch pieces. They're already dovetailed, so you bring the ends together and you just bring them to about 2 inches from here to here, and then you're just going to lay these on top of 4, 5 on top of your pipe cleaners, and then trim those off. And I tuck the tails behind, and then you'll kind of go around and open them. So that'll pop some of the green down here like this. I also have the black and white polka dot that we can bring. And I'm just gonna add that.
She said that she likes the darker leaves, Raffia, and the pumpkins.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Amy, good, awesome. She said, I have that same sign. I love Three Birds Nest. Yep.
She has some really great designs. I think one year I did it in the round, and then I did it in the, this is an 8x6, an 8x12 rectangular sign. So I'm just adding these to the ones with the pumpkin. And then the ones that are just the orange, black, and white, we'll add some raffia to it, some leaves, and maybe a pumpkin or two. Just to tie in the pumpkin theme. I went with the sunflower because that's also on the sign. But this is where orange would have been good and not yellow. Steve's like, do you want orange ones? I was like, nah, I'll just get yellow because we use the yellow so much more.
Yeah, we should still get a pack of orange just so you have some.
Well, Dollar Tree, believe it or not, has really great florals for $1. And if you just want to add a couple sprigs here and there, it's a great price point to put those in.
Well, that's awesome. Amy also said I ordered the 2 mystery kits from Three Birds Nest. Can't wait to get them. What type of mystery box is it? Did you get the...
Was it the Halloween and the fall?
Yeah.
I did that last year. I ordered one of each. I got the patriotic, the fall, the Christmas, and I still have supplies I need to use from those. So she gives you quite a bit to work with. And you'll be surprised at what comes in the box. And then private group on Sunday, I just got my order in from Sims Pottery. So I can't wait to show you what I ordered for Christmas. That came quick because I just placed the order Tuesday and I got it today. So we shall see what's in that box.
Yeah, Amy said she ordered Halloween. Jean said the wreath is fantastic so far.
Thank you.
Stella said the same thing. The signs from Three Birds Nest are amazing.
All of our sign vendors have some really great signs. And I'm trying to rotate them. So a lot of times I just open up my closet and pull, sort through your signs, and I see ones that, I'm like, oh, I totally forgot I had this. Let's make this. So Okay, and we are going to add him. Let me go ahead and I don't want to take the white completely. Like I don't want to have to seam rip him just to pull the what do you call it, manufacturer's tag out. But I want enough of it out. Why they stitch them in? Stitch them on the bottom, you know? That's where you need your hair cutting scissors or sewing scissors. There we go. Because now I can pull the tags out. Can't have white stitching, big white tag on the back. Nobody wants that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I want him to go. I'm trying to take all his little lint off. I think he's just gonna go right there, but let me finish embellishing the outside. So you guys agreed, should we go natural raffia or should we go orange raffia? Because we could go either or. I brought both out just to see. Because sometimes you can go, like Hobby Lobby sells these in yellow, orange, and brown. And I was like, you can probably do that for primitive. So let me show you what this would look like in here. Let me go ahead and just use my pipe cleaner to kind of hold that in. And then I'll tie a cute little bow.
Deborah, probably you and everybody else. She said, I bought so much ribbon and mesh for fall and Christmas that I could literally open my own shop. So I won't be buying any more ribbon or mesh lately, which I believe that.
Yeah, I know.
I thought by saying that will help me control my spending at Hobby Lobby.
No, it won't.
Yep. It
really won't. Even when you have accountability partners, they crash with you. So here is the orange. Let me spin this around so you can see.
Sure, could you mix up some of each of the raffia?
You could.
In a bunch? Yeah, you could.
You mean like add orange and
beige?
Beige. Yeah. Yes, I can. Okay. So let's see what this looks like.
Yeah, that's just raffia, which is basically straw.
I like it though. Trying to get some thicker pieces in here. Let's flip this one around. Let's do a mix so you can see. And then we can decide. This will be a big bow though. Used a lot of raffia in this one. A whole lot of raffia. So take the tails off. So that's the look you have. A or B. This is the mix. This is not so. We can always add more to the orange.
Deborah said, I like how you tied it in the bow too.
Yeah.
I like it both.
You got to pick one or the other.
What do you guys think? Just the orange or the orange with the standard Raffia beige color?
Right?
Donna said, where can I get a Jack Skellington doll at? I have a client that wants a Jack Skellington wreath.
Amazon.
Just Amazon.
Amazon has the best prices.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you can probably find them on Etsy, but just go to Amazon. I think I paid $14.99 for mine. Walgreens starts to carry them probably right about now.
Yeah, E should be, which I think is the orange with standard.
The orange with the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one said orange with the standard. Deborah said orange.
So just orange. So when you say orange with the standard, is that the mix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joanne said orange. Kathy said beige. You don't have a plain beige one?
I don't yet. I could.
What do you think? Because you have ribbon that has orange and beige in it, so I mean, either way, they both work. Jennifer said I like the standard and orange raffia together. I just orange. Kay said I like the mixed, but maybe a little less raffia. Maybe cut it down a little bit. I don't know.
Okay. That's what I was saying is I think it's a little on the thick side. So I think I'm going to go with what you guys suggested, but thin it out a little bit, like not so much.
Deborah said orange only.
Okay. So let me need some more in here. Just a couple little pieces. Let's tone that down a bit. So did you have more people who said orange or more people that had the mix? What do you think?
I think more people who have the mix.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trimming off because you can, once you tie it, you can never really.
It's about the same.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the question becomes, do we add pumpkins to that raffia or leaves or just leave it like that?
Yeah. And Donetta said, you have a lot of orange in it already, thinking the tan.
Adding the tan to it? Yeah. So I'm just pulling this one out so I can add some more. It never wants to go straight either. There we go. So now the question is, do we add pumpkins to it? Or do we leave pumpkins off? Do we add, like maybe alternate pumpkins and leaves? Or ixnay that idea?
Huh? You have to put one or two of them in so they can see it.
I know. Hold on. I'm trying to get my bow to lay flat. Okay. Hold on. Let me try to get it. Okay, so here is the bottom half. So let me flip this.
Deborah said, no, there's more people with the orange.
Oh, is there?
Deborah said pumpkins would be precious.
Okay.
Sharon said alternate pumpkins.
So if we do pumpkins, like here, see then it becomes where do you put them?
I would say just put them in the spots where you just have some of the black.
What do you mean?
Mesh. Where you have little holes.
Then it starts to become like an overkill, like putting too much stuff on. Let me look. The Steve thing. I think we can add, like if we just added a couple of these.
I agree. Donetta said it's still beautiful however you do it. Hi, Donetta.
Thank you. So look, we can add like just 2 pumpkins like that in the black areas, and then keep going around. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty.
And he still needs to get added. He'll get wired in. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay, so let me look at.
And then Donetta said less is more.
It always is. Because I'm there, right there with you guys when you're watching other people's lives and you're like, stop! Put down the ribbon. And I'm trying to decide what color leaves. I'm liking the... I don't know if I want to put leaves on here. I don't think I want to put leaves on here.
Less is more.
I know. Shush. Less is always more. So let's do this. I think the leaves just need to be on a different design. Although the brown ones look really good. Like this one right here. What do you think?
Whatever you want to do.
Are you playing neutral? Playing Switzerland?
Sharon said she liked that, and Donetta said, oh well.
What's that?
Kate said you can't really see the crow.
I know, because he just kind of blends
The
in
gray
there.
kind of blends, huh?
Maybe we'll take him out. We can put another pumpkin there. Like,
Did you guys like the crow? Because the crow is gray, so.
look, even if I take him out, I can't really see putting another pumpkin in there because it just doesn't. It doesn't go. Let me finish doing this. I feel like I'm giving it a haircut. There we go. Okay, I'm just going around.
Yeah, Deborah said no crow.
No crow? Dang, he
I
just
think if you had a black one, then that would be
a
perfect.
solid black one.
Yeah.
Like if I could get him out of the thing, but he's glued in. He is glued in. I thought I had another one, but I don't. I have pumpkins, wooden pumpkins.
Please hold.
Please hold. I think he's going out to the fall bin to retrieve. There might be one. I don't think so though, because I didn't store my stuff in the fall in the tubs. Okay, I'm just tucking my pipe cleaners for now. Are you gonna cut him off?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't look good in here?
Because we can get another one.
What if they don't make any more?
They do. I saw them at Hobby Lobby.
I didn't see him at Hobby Lobby.
I did online.
Oh, online. Okay. Well, what if it doesn't look good in there? There goes my crow. But he's facing the wrong direction. That's the problem with him. And no, he's not two-sided. So if you add him here, like if we move that
I
out,
don't think that really matters. Oh,
then I think you still lose him. Watch. Don't you lose him in the midst of that? Watch, let me take these out. I think you still lose him. If you face the other direction, maybe. See?
You can put them on there.
Where's he gonna go though? You can't.
You take the harvest out too.
Let's see. I don't want him to compete.
Put the harvest underneath the sign.
It's too hard. No, it's too hard. It comes up too high.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, no.
Yeah, a lot of the guys are saying no crow.
Sorry, hun.
That's okay.
Okay. So we're just going around the outside. trying to make sure I can see my black pipe cleaner. So I think I will take a couple of the fall leaves more in the same color palette and just add a couple of those in. See, I'm doing really good now. I'm throwing away the scraps instead of bagging the scraps. Okay. One more in order to be fair. 1, 2. I'm trying to find the thicker stuff. Everything is always so thin. 1, 2. There we go. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Oh, the Raffia kind of hides some of the ribbon so it doesn't look as clean.
It does, see? That's why I was like, Like maybe what if I took out every other one and just did every other one so it's not quite as full. Because I'm thinking the same thing. Just set that there. Keep that one. Let's take this one out.
Yeah, I think when you do that, then
it'll look better. Yeah, then I have just this one right here. That's why you don't cut your pipe cleaners until you're absolutely positively convinced that's the direction you want to go. Then I think it was seriously going to be overkill on the raffia. And now on the areas where we don't, I can put some leaves and keep it more clean. What do you think? Yeah. Okay.
Less is more.
Not too less.
Kathy's all, is it too much? Yeah, that's why she was taking some of it out.
I looked at it and I was like, I'm not liking that. But sometimes you can't tell until you start.
So put it in.
Let's see. I thought I had. I think there's orange overkill. Let me look at something really quick. Because this is the one ribbon I didn't cut. Let me look. Since it's pumpkin themed. Hold on a second. Creative thought process coming.
Deborah, the green ribbon
Crinkle.
is from Kringle Design.
It comes on a 50 yards.
It was a good price too, huh? It was really good.
It's like $9 for 50 yards, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. Let's do it this way. Do it this way. So that we have something different. Yeah, but I cut that one. I cut it. So what I'm going to do, just keep it simple, is go through. This is what happens if you cut your pipe cleaners and you're like, oh darn, I wish I wouldn't have cut that. Just rerun it back through your wreath. Right where it should be. And then I'm going to create what's called a double bow. So I do 2 half bows together. And let me show you what it looks like when you're done. Because I'm like, I don't want to keep doing half bows. It needs something different because it's paired up with the ones right next to it that are both half bows. And then we have the raffia part. So let you lay these the way they're supposed to be. Let me get this one fanned out. Okay, look. Like that. So there's the double bow.
Yeah.
So it adds, it's bringing back the pumpkin all the way to its end with the whole pumpkin pie, slice of pumpkin. So I just take two 17-inch pieces. And then I'll dovetail the ends. And what's funny is I have a whole bunch of these like little baby pumpkins, so I might come back and put them like right in the center of that. Maybe. What are you looking for?
I'm just seeing what you did.
Just a double bow. It looks different when it's flat. Watch when I hold it up. Let me show you. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what I did?
Yeah, the
Okay.
double bow. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So to do double bow, you're basically just taking two half bows. So just like that. And then you do the other one. You could just do a regular standard bow, but sometimes I like the look of having four tails because it's just something different. You could come in with flex tubing and add flex tubing like in a beige or a jute orange. I know they make that now. So I'm just flipping these. You just have to flip your tails over. Okay.
The sign says Autumn Thyme.
Like the spice.
Yeah, and it's in like a really thin font, so it's kind of hard to see it.
I'll let me finish this last half bow and then I'll show you.
Put it up.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the only one I did not cut ribbon tails to. I did the orange, but then decided this is like, it has too much orange. Because I thought about adding the orange to the orange, black, and white. And then I was like, right now it's just orange overkill. Okay, so half bow. And half bow. Two together. It's going to come way over here, which is nice because you'll see both of those from the wreath side, like when you're looking at it.
Donna says, haven't you had that sent before? Yeah, you had one last year. I think you made and you sold it.
I did 4 of them last year, but I did them all different. Yeah, some of them I did like an orange and beige base. Sometimes I mixed up the ribbons.
Lisa Kessler said, hi, first time catching a live.
Thanks, Lisa, for joining us. Where are you from? Okay, trying to, there it goes. Bring that through. Okay. Let me look. These are our pumpkins that we had removed. I'm trying to get them to sit so I can at least show you what they look like. So, okay, let me move this stuff to the side. That one's way too small. No, I'm not even looking at the little baby ones in here. I was like, do I want to add the baby pumpkins? Okay. What if, this is the last question to the group, so let me spin this around. So we could add the pumpkin here and the pumpkin here and one to the center. There's your triad, right? Like that. Or we can take these out. That's what it looks like without the pumpkins. So the pumpkins are just going here. Trying to get them to stay. And then one down here. Trying to hold it so you guys can see. What do you think?
What do you guys think?
Pumpkins,
you like the pumpkins?
no pumpkins. What is your opinion?
Kay said I like the pumpkins. Yeah, I like the pumpkins. I think they match.
I think that will do it. So.
Glue, glue, glue.
Glue, glue, glue. Gorilla glue, glue, glue.
Dennis says our Dollar Tree has a lot of pumpkins, so yeah, maybe it's worth us to go take a trip.
Something tells me we're going to have to go to Dollar Tree, right?
Never said without. You already glued it.
Yeah, I did.
I like the one on the bow though.
When I look
There's
at
a couple
it,
say that just the one.
just the
In
one.
the bow.
But I like the ones with the two. So I'm going to
There
put
you
the
go.
ones with the two. Because I'm looking at it and it's like there's just way too much black space there. I think if the sign had been a little bit bigger, then, like if it was just a little longer, no pumpkins. But the fact that there's these patches of black, it's like your eyes automatically drawn to there, like what was there that is now missing. So that's what I notice. Let me add another glue stick so I can get, I like using lots of glue. More glue than not enough glue.
Lisa said I watch your videos every morning while I'm getting ready for work. Awesome.
Thank you. That's nice to hear. Okay, so once I let that one set for a sec, then I'll put it on the door and I think we're good.
Calm down.
Yeah. It's funny, this one has pumpkins in it, but it's the wood pumpkins.
Yeah.
The ones that are made out of wood shavings. I think those came from at home last year. So. Okay. Let's get this ready for photos. So for photos, you want to make sure all of your points are facing where you want them to be. You just take time and you make sure, because you only have one opportunity to sell your wreath through a photo. So that's it. So you want to make sure it's a good photo. So make sure all your points are straight. Just like this. Purposely pulling those all out. Okay. There we go. It's kind of funky, like it's being squirrely in there. So for photo reasons, so I don't see that sticking way up. Like that one. Looks like alfalfa's hair. Like a mom trying to trim their kids' hair, get their hair to stay down. This one's way too long. Okay. What do you all think?
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you. Let's get this one. There we go. Okay. There you go. Let's go. Thank you so much for giving your input, giving your suggestion. That's basically the way that we do a lot of our private groups is we'll start with an idea and then just ask for opinions. Look at different results of adding certain things or taking certain things in. Let's see what else do I need to discuss. If you guys are interested in joining my private group, there's 2 ways to do it. You can pay the whole year up front and save 2 months. So my monthly fee is $17 a month, and that covers both business and extra tutorials. Right now during the month of August, we're doing 8 extra tutorials on top of the 4 private lives we're doing. So that's a grand total of 12. You get access to my entire library. So from February of 2018, any designs that we have taught the private group, you get access to. We don't just like, okay, you get the videos from Go Forward. No, you can go back and archive all the designs. Plus you get materials lists for every design I do in the private group as well as the public group, and then the discounts. So between that, $17 is like, what did we figure out? It was like a Starbucks coffee, less than a Starbucks coffee a week. So it just depends on what you want to do and what direction you have for this year. But this is already up on my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, you can go over to Etsy and pick that up. Will you pin it? My Etsy shop. And then any final questions? Don't forget Tuesday, likely. I haven't figured out the time yet. We'll do the ribbon bundle sale. And then you guys can just come on live and look and see what they are and decide if that's something you want to definitely do. The more you buy, the less your shipping is, because I can pile them in a box and really fill a box pretty good. Any last minute questions, Steve?
Well, I'm trying to pin that comment.
Okay.
No, Deborah said, have you decided, Kat, whether you get a weekly Zoom class for your private group?
Not yet.
And then Audrey said, another great Friday. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Love your tips and also pass on the information you pass on. Thank you again for your many talents.
Thank you very much. All right, everyone. We'll have a great weekend. And private group, I will see you Sunday. Remember, at 3 Pacific. That's 5 Central and 6 Eastern for our private group on Sunday. And other than that, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.